To the outside world, Alex Thompson and Lauren's marriage is perfect. They have a beautiful house, successful careers, and two adorable children. But underneath this seemingly perfect shell lies a deep rift. Alex is a writer whose nature of work keeps him constantly immersed in his own world, while Lauren is a busy marketing manager whose world is filled with data and strategy. The two of them are like two parallel lines that occasionally intersect but quickly separate. Recently, Alex has noticed that there is less and less communication between him and Lauren. Every day at dinner, they ate more in silence, and the occasional word was about the kids, work, or something trivial. That deep, heartfelt communication seemed to have disappeared. One night, Alex tries to break the silence. He brought up a novel he was recently working on and wanted to share the plot and characters with Lauren. However, Lauren only responded tersely and continued to eat her meal. Alex's heart sank as he sensed the distance growing between the two of them. The distance is not only in communication, but also in their habits and interests. Alex prefers peace and quiet, and likes to immerse himself in books and music, while Lauren prefers socializing and outdoor activities. On weekends, they often do their own thing and rarely share common topics and activities. Alex begins to reflect on whether he is so immersed in his writing that he is ignoring Lauren's feelings and needs. He decides to try to make a change and tries to get back the sense of intimacy with Lauren. However, when he asks Lauren to do something together, she always refuses on the grounds that she is busy or tired from work. This rejection made Alex feel even more frustrated and disappointed. He began to wonder if their marriage really had any meaning at all. This doubt was like a seed that took root and grew in his heart. Finally, one day, this repression and resentment exploded. During an argument, both Alex and Lauren said hurtful things. They accused each other of not understanding them and not caring about them. This argument made them both realize that their marriage was in serious trouble. After that, they started trying to fix their marriage. They found time to sit down and talk deeply, trying to understand each other's thoughts and feelings. However, this effort didn't seem to have much effect. The distance between them remained and seemed to be getting more and more insurmountable. Alex begins to feel helpless and desperate. He doesn't know how to salvage a marriage that is falling apart. He began to doubt whether he could really re-establish an intimate relationship with Lauren. This doubt and uncertainty made him feel even more miserable and confused. At the same time, Lauren began to reflect on her behavior. She realized that she did ignore Alex's feelings and needs. She began to try to change her behavior in an attempt to reconnect with Alex. However, this effort does not seem to have much effect. As time goes by, the rift between them grows wider and wider. Though they both tried to salvage the marriage, it seemed to be too late. Their marriage had come to an end, with only superficial maintenance and deep cracks remaining. This rift was not only in their communication, but also in their hearts. They began to live their own lives and grew farther apart from each other. The marriage had ceased to exist in name only, leaving a deep rift and endless silence. Despite the deepening rift in their marriage, Alex and Lauren still attend important social events together out of social etiquette and family duty. Tonight, they are invited to a lavish dinner party hosted by the city's elite. At the dinner party, with the lights on and the celebrities in attendance, Lauren changed into an exquisite evening gown that made her look radiant. Alex, on the other hand, opted for a smart suit and tried to look as relaxed as possible for the occasion. Shortly after they enter the venue, a handsome, tall figure catches Lauren's attention. The famous athlete Ryan Davis, who has not only achieved great success in sports, but also has the charisma and demeanor that makes him a natural in social situations. Lauren finds herself involuntarily attracted to him, and she feels a long overdue flutter in her heart. Meanwhile, Alex meets Emily Adams in a corner of the venue, one of those women who impresses at first sight. She's smart, witty, and understanding. Unlike Lauren, she shows a keen interest in Alex's work and offers to share her insights on literature and life with him. And Alex finds his conversations with Emily more enjoyable than ever. At the dinner party, Lauren and Ryan, Alex and Emily, the two couples walked out onto the garden terrace in unison, wanting to escape the hustle and bustle of the occasion and find a bit of peace and quiet. Lauren and Ryan are strolling under the moonlight. They are laughing and joking, and Ryan's humor and manners make Lauren forget the troubles in her marriage for a while. On the other hand, Alex and Emily are sitting on a bench, looking up at the starry sky and talking about their own understanding and pursuit of life. And Emily's understanding makes Alex feel a warmth and understanding that he hasn't felt in a long time. However, the social event feels like an invisible turning point for Alex and Lauren's marriage. The people they each meet at the dinner seem to foreshadow different directions for their future lives. As the dinner draws to a close, Alex and Lauren are both lost in thought on the way home. Lauren begins to reflect on her marriage, realizing that her heartfelt feelings for Ryan may be a sign of dissatisfaction with her current marriage. Alex, on the other hand, begins to think about the possibilities between him and Emily, and he feels a new sense of hope and anticipation. Over the next few days, the effects of the socializing began to be felt as Lauren began to pay more attention to her inner feelings and to think about what she really wanted. Alex, on the other hand, realizes that his connection with Emily is deepening, and he begins to enjoy his time with her. This social ordeal not only allows Alex and Lauren to revisit their marriage, but it also sets the stage for what lies ahead for them. The cracks in their marriage are still there, but this dinner party provides them with an opportunity to re-examine their lives. In the next chapters, we will see how this social event affects their marriage and their respective life choices. In the aftermath of the glamorous social dinner, the cracks in Alex and Lauren's marriage become more apparent, and new characters quietly emerge in each of their lives. For Alex, that dinner is not only an opportunity to re-examine his life, but also the beginning of the emotional intertwining between him and Emily. One ordinary night, Alex inadvertently finds Lauren's cell phone while tidying up the house. The unread messages flashing on the screen caught his attention. He didn't mean to pry into his wife's privacy, but those messages attracted him as if by magic. When he taps on it, lines of ambiguous text come into view, and it turns out to be a conversation between Lauren and Ryan, with a level of intimacy that goes far beyond that of ordinary friends. Alex's heart felt like it had been hit by a hammer, and he felt betrayed. Although their relationship as a couple had been fractured, he had never imagined that Lauren would be so blatantly flirting with someone else. Anger, disappointment, and sadness mingled together, and he was left with a mixed bag of emotions. However, just as he is drowning in pain and a sense of betrayal, Emily's shadow unconsciously surfaces in his mind. Since the dinner party, their contact grows increasingly frequent, and Emily's gentleness, understanding, and genuine appreciation of his work find him a small measure of solace in his disillusioned married life. Now, in the face of Lauren's betrayal, Alex finds himself increasingly dependent on his interactions with Emily. He begins to actively seek Emily's company, and she always responds promptly to his emotional needs. Their relationship gradually heats up, from initial literary discussions to later in-depth conversations, and each meeting makes Alex feel more relaxed and happy than ever. By chance, Alex and Emily attend an art exhibition together. In the process of admiring the paintings, their hands inadvertently touched each other. At that moment, the electric current-like touch made both of their hearts beat a little faster. They looked at each other and smiled, with a strange light shining in their eyes. From that day on, the relationship between Alex and Emily became more subtle. They began to message each other frequently, sharing each other's daily routines and moods. This intimate interaction makes Alex feel the warmth and care that he has not felt for a long time, and Emily's tenderness and thoughtfulness sends him into a whirlwind of emotions. However, Alex knows that this relationship goes beyond friendship. While he enjoys the time he spends with Emily, he is burdened with guilt over Lauren and a sense of duty to his family. He begins to fall into a complex emotional tangle of anger and disappointment at Lauren's betrayal on the one hand, and attachment and fondness for Emily on the other. As time passes, this emotional wanderlust sends Alex into deeper pain and entanglement. He began to reflect on his behavior and thought about how he should really deal with this complicated triangle. He knows that he has to make a choice, or this emotional wandering will ruin his life. At an emotional crossroads, Alex wanders. He doesn't know if he can get out of this predicament or where he will go from here. However, he knows that he must face reality and make a brave decision, or he will never be able to escape the pain and suffering caused by this emotional wandering. After a series of emotional setbacks, Alex felt like his heart was being ripped open and desperately needed a way to heal. He tried to drown his sorrows in alcohol and tried to relax by traveling, but none of them could fill the emptiness and pain he felt inside. Until one day, he stumbled upon a notebook from his college days, in which he had recorded some unfinished story ideas and essays. At that moment, he realized that perhaps writing was the solace he really needed. So Alex began to devote himself to writing. He closed himself up in his study and wrote all day and night, trying to vent his emotions through words. He began to conceptualize a story about marriage, love, and betrayal, incorporating his own experiences and feelings into it. Whenever he feels tired or confused, he remembers Emily, the woman who gave him comfort when he was emotionally wandering. Emily became Alex's first reader. She always reads every draft carefully and gives him pertinent advice and encouragement. With her encouragement, Alex became more and more comfortable with his writing, and his work became deeper and more compelling. Emily's praise and support gave him an overwhelming sense of warmth and motivation, and he felt as if he had found a soul mate who truly understood him. Over time, Alex's writing gradually made a splash in the literary world. His works won over readers with their deep emotions and subtle writing. He began to receive attention from major publishers and media outlets, and his life was turned upside down. However, for Alex, writing is not just about the pursuit of fame and success. More importantly, writing allows him to find solace and healing for his soul. Whenever he feels pain and confusion, he plunges into the world of words and paints his inner world with pen and ink. There, he can freely express his emotions and thoughts without fear of being misunderstood or hurt by the outside world. Emily has also been by his side and become his biggest supporter. She was not only happy for his success, but also gave him firm support and encouragement when he encountered difficulties and setbacks. Their relationship became deeper and closer as a result. However, as Alex's reputation rises, he also begins to face more temptations and challenges. He knows that he must always stay awake and determined in order not to get lost in the complicated world. At the same time, he also knows that his success cannot be achieved without Emily's support and encouragement. Therefore, he treasures his relationship with her even more and strives to maintain their friendship and trust. In the world of writing, Alex finds his value and meaning. He is no longer a man plagued by emotions and marriage, but a confident and charismatic writer. He knows that he still has a long way to go, but he believes that as long as he walks firmly, he will be able to realize his dreams and pursuits. And Emily will always be by his side, becoming the most important partner and confidant in his life journey. The light in the study was dim and warm as Alex sat at his desk, the pen in his hand mindlessly drawing circles on the paper. His mood was complex and heavy. Lauren's figure loomed outside the door, and he knew that there was no escaping the conversation between them. After a series of conflicts and cold wars, they finally decided to sit down and talk face to face. During this time, their relationship was like a tightly wound string that could snap at any moment. And tonight was the moment when that string was finally loosened. Lauren knocked softly on the door and walked in. There was a hint of weariness and helplessness in her eyes, but more than that, she was determined and resolute. She sat down across from Alex, took a deep breath, and began the most difficult conversation between them. "Alex, I don't think we can go on like this." Lauren's voice was low and strong, and every word sounded like it had been uttered with great deliberation. Alex stopped the pen in his hand and looked up at her with mixed emotions shining in his eyes. "I know. It's been a painful time for both of us. Maybe it's time to make a decision." They began to remember the past. Those good times seem like yesterday, but the cruelty of reality makes them cannot go back to the past. They talked about their feelings for each other, their expectations for the future, and their disappointments. Lauren admits to her infidelity and honestly tells Alex that her relationship with Ryan did go beyond the boundaries of just being friends. She feels deeply guilty about this, but also realizes that her marriage to Alex has long been in name only. Alex listened to Lauren with mixed feelings. He felt anger, disappointment, but more than anything, a sense of relief. He knew that the marriage had become a straitjacket for them both, and that divorce might be their only way out. They discussed property division, child custody, and a host of other practical issues. There were arguments and tears in the process, but in the end, they both faced it all with maturity. It was late at night, and the lights in the study were still dim. But at the moment it was as if they had seen the light of the future. They decided to end the marriage peacefully and give each other a new start. "I hope we all find our own happiness," Lauren said softly. Alex nodded. "Me too. Hopefully we can both learn something from this failed marriage and become better versions of ourselves." They looked at each other and smiled. No more animosity or resentment in their eyes, only blessings for each other's future. At this moment, they were no longer husband and wife, but two independent individuals who were about to start a new life. With the signing of the agreement and the judge's ruling, their marriage officially came to an end. Although the process was painful and difficult, they both believed that it was a necessary step on their way to a new life. The decision to divorce wasn't easy, but it gave them the opportunity to start over and find that happiness that is truly theirs. As the clouds of his divorce gradually lift, Alex's life takes on a new light. His relationship with Emily has quietly transformed, from being a close friend to becoming an integral part of each other's lives. Ever since Alex and Lauren decided to get a divorce, Emily has been by Alex's side, giving him undivided attention and support. She has been there for him through the toughest times and has seen him rebound from his lows. During this time, their friendship gradually sublimated and a different kind of emotion began to brew. By chance, they attended an outdoor music festival together. In the upbeat music and lively atmosphere, Alex suddenly felt an unprecedented ease and comfort. He looked at Emily beside him, whose smile looked extraordinarily bright in the sunlight, and at that moment, an inexplicable impulse surged in his heart. After the festival, they sat on the grass and looked up at the starry sky. Alex gathered his courage and expressed his feelings to Emily. He tells her that he likes her gentleness, her kindness, and her resilience. Emily is surprised and shy, but she doesn't avoid Alex's gaze and meets his eyes firmly. "I like you too, Alex." Emily's voice is low but full of strength. She told Alex that she was willing to face the challenges and difficulties ahead with him and create a new life for them together. From that day on, Alex and Emily took their relationship to the next level. They started seeing each other more frequently, cooking together, watching movies, and going on outdoor hikes. Every time they spent time together, they got to know each other better and strengthened their resolve to be together. Over time, they began to plan for the future together, with Alex sharing his writing projects and dreams with Emily, and Emily expressing her desire to pursue a career in the arts. They encourage and support each other as they work together towards each other's dreams. On a sunny afternoon, they sat on a park bench, discussing their future plans. Alex held Emily's hand tightly, looked deeply into her eyes, and said, "I hope our future will be full of laughter and happiness, and that no matter what difficulties we encounter, we will work hand in hand to overcome them." Emily smiled sweetly as she listened. She snuggled into Alex's embrace and whispered, "Me too. I'm sure our future will be bright." Their relationship grew closer and their dependence on each other deepened. They weathered many storms together, but managed to get through each one hand in hand. Their relationship was like a glass of aged red wine, growing stronger with time. In their new beginning, Alex and Emily have found each other and their happiness. They know that they have a long road ahead of them, but as long as they work hand in hand, nothing can stop them from pursuing happiness. After an emotional journey filled with ups and downs, Alex poured his heart and soul into his first book. It was a novel that explored the struggles of marriage, love, and human nature, incorporating his own real-life experiences and deep reflections. Every word and every sentence is precious because they not only represent Alex's literary pursuit, but also his testimony to heal himself and get back on his feet. The moment he finished the first draft, Alex felt a sense of relief and fulfillment that he had never felt before. He knew that this work was not only a farewell to his past life, but also the beginning of his new life. He carefully organized the manuscript and sent it to several well-known publishers. The wait was long and anxious. Every time the phone rang, Alex's heart would involuntarily beat faster, hoping that it was a call from the publisher. However, disappointment after disappointment made him begin to wonder if his work would really be recognized. Just when Alex was almost losing faith, an unexpected piece of good news arrived. An influential publishing house expressed strong interest in his work and wanted to have further talks with him. This news was like a spring breeze, blowing away the haze in Alex's mind. The negotiation process went very smoothly. The editors of the publishing house were full of praise for Alex's work, saying that it deeply analyzes the problems in modern marriages and at the same time shows the complexity and truthfulness of human nature. They believe that this work will definitely resonate with the general readers and make them think. Soon after, the publishing contract was officially signed, and Alex's first work was finally published, which meant that his writing career had officially begun. When he got the book with his name on it, he was so excited that it was hard to express in words. He felt that his hard work had finally paid off and was looking forward to the future. The publication of the work caused quite a stir. Readers have said that the novel has made them re-examine their views on marriage and love, and that it has made them appreciate Alex's talent. Major media outlets have also covered the story of the budding author, making more people aware of Alex and his work. Emily was the first to read Alex's work. She was deeply moved by the stories and emotions and was sincerely happy for Alex's success. She knew that this man had finally found his way and his future after so many setbacks. "I'm so proud of you," Emily said to Alex at a dinner. "You're finally getting the recognition you deserve for your talent and hard work." Alex looked at Emily with a smile, his heart filled with gratitude and warmth. He knew that without her support and companionship, he might have given up the path of writing long ago. Now, he could finally stand on a new starting point to meet the challenges and opportunities ahead. "Thank you for always being by my side," Alex said fondly. "You're the one who made me believe that no matter what difficulties I encountered, as long as I have a dream and perseverance, I will definitely be able to get out of my own way." With the spring breeze, the night in the city seemed extraordinarily gentle. The street lights softly sprinkled on the pedestrians, covering them with a golden glow. On such a night, Alex carefully planned a romantic dinner, intending to give Emily an unforgettable surprise. The two of them were seated by the window in a stylish restaurant, where the bustling street scene contrasted with the cozy atmosphere inside the restaurant. The dinner went well as they talked about their future plans and shared their dreams, and Emily could sense a difference in Alex tonight, a look of determination and anticipation in his eyes. Towards the end of the dinner, Alex suddenly stood up and took out a small box from his pocket. Emily looked at him curiously, wondering what he was going to do next. Alex took a deep breath, gazed into Emily's eyes, and said with deep emotion, "Emily, ever since we met, you've been the most important person in my life. You have accompanied me through the toughest moments of my life and shared the joy of success with me. I think it's time to take our relationship a step further." With that, he slowly opened the box, revealing a sparkling diamond ring. The diamond glittered in the light, as bright as their relationship. Emily covered her mouth in surprise, tears welling up in her eyes. She never imagined that this day would come so suddenly and so beautifully. "Emily, will you marry me?" Alex got down on one knee and held the ring up to Emily with anticipation and love in his eyes. Emily was too moved to speak, just nodding her head frequently as tears slid down her cheeks. She reached out her trembling hand and let Alex gently put the ring on her finger. At this moment, she felt like the happiest woman in the world. The atmosphere in the restaurant climaxed with applause and congratulations from the surrounding patrons. Alex stood up and hugged Emily tightly, their hearts connecting at this moment. "I do. I'm willing to spend the rest of my life with you." Emily finally said the words in her heart. Her voice was full of determination and happiness, even though it carried a slight tremor. Alex held her hand tightly, tears glistening in his eyes. "I'm willing to do the same, willing to spend my whole life guarding you, taking care of you, making you feel happy and warm." Their promises echoed through the restaurant as if adding an eternal mark to this love. From this moment on, their relationship moves to a new stage, and they will walk hand in hand through every spring, summer, fall, and winter, writing their love story together. After dinner was over, they walked out of the restaurant, snuggling up to each other. The street lights stretched their silhouettes out for a long, long time, as if signaling that they have a long, long road ahead of them. But no matter how many difficulties and challenges lie ahead, they will go through them hand in hand, because they have deep love and commitment to each other in their hearts. The moonlight that night was extraordinarily bright, as if it was also blessing this beautiful love of theirs. They smiled at each other, and hand in hand, they blended into the gentle night. Since Alex and Emily became engaged, their lives have become more closely intertwined. However, as their respective careers evolve, new challenges and opportunities arise. Emily's development in the field of art has gradually revealed her unique talent and potential. Her work received widespread attention and acclaim at an art exhibition, which brought her more opportunities and responsibilities. A well-known art gallery invited her to hold a solo exhibition and asked her to complete a new series of works within a few short months. This was both a great honor and a considerable challenge for Emily. For this exhibition, Emily put in all her energy and time. She worked night and day, trying to express her thoughts and emotions through her paintbrush. However, as her work progressed, she found herself under unprecedented pressure. The inspiration to create came and went, and the gallery's expectations were so high that she couldn't help but begin to wonder if she was up to the task. Meanwhile, Alex's writing career has become more successful. His first book was extremely well received, with readers raving about his stories and writing. The publisher struck while the iron was hot, urging him to finish his second book as soon as possible, and knowing that this was a rare opportunity, Alex closed his doors and devoted himself to his new creation. However, the success of his career did not make Alex forget his promise to Emily. Whenever Emily is depressed due to the stress of creating, he is by her side, giving her encouragement and support. They take walks, watch movies, and discuss art together, trying to free Emily from her stressful work and find the joy of creating. During a long conversation late at night, Alex said to Emily, "Your talent and hard work are second to none, and I'm sure you'll be able to complete the work for this exhibition. No matter what difficulties you encounter, I will be by your side to support you." These words made Emily feel unprecedented warmth and strength. Over time, Emily gradually found the inspiration and confidence to create. Her works were gradually completed, and each painting contained her heart and emotion. And Alex's second work was successfully finalized, and he is looking forward to his new book. Finally, Emily's solo exhibition was held as scheduled. Her work was widely praised and recognized, and the gallery's director was full of praise for her. And Alex's new book was released at the same time, and sales soared, becoming the bestseller of the season. Their success has not made them forget the importance of each other and their family. At the dinner to celebrate the success of their exhibition and book, they raised their glasses and thanked each other for their support and companionship. They know that no matter how their careers develop, their families will always be their warmest harbor. To our family, to our future, cheers. Alex raised his glass high and celebrated this wonderful moment with Emily. Their smiles were full of happiness and fulfillment, as if all the difficulties and challenges were in the past. From this moment on, they will join hands to embrace an even brighter future. After experiencing various challenges in their professional and personal lives, Alex and Emily appreciate each other more and know how to face the ups and downs of life together. Their marriage and family life is like a smooth and cozy track, full of love and happiness. Alex's writing career has gone from strength to strength after the success of his second book, and he has become a sought-after author in the contemporary literary scene. Whenever he gets stuck in a creative bottleneck, Emily is always the first one to step forward and provide Alex with inspiration through her artistic vision. She knows that, as a creator, what he needs most is understanding and support. And Emily's artistic career grew in splendor as her work was not only acclaimed domestically, but also began to make a name for itself in the international art market. Despite her increasingly tight schedule, she never lost sight of the importance of her family. Whenever she goes out to exhibit, she always remembers to bring back some special souvenirs for Alex as a way to express her thoughts and concerns for her family. They renovated their new home together, and every corner of it is filled with the hearts and emotions of two people. The study is filled with Alex's writings and Emily's paintings, which have witnessed their growth and struggle. On the wall of the living room hangs their wedding photo, in which they are smiling so brightly, as if time is frozen in that moment. Over time, they also welcome two lovely children, a boy and a girl. Alex and Emily are not only parents to their children, but also their friends and mentors. They taught their children how to face difficulties, how to hold on to their dreams, and how to find balance in life. Whenever night falls, the family sits around the living room, sharing their joys and sorrows with each other. Alex would read his new novel to the children, while Emily would record the cozy scene with her paintbrush. Times like these were priceless to them, and it brought their family closer and more harmonious. To outsiders, Alex and Emily are successful writers and artists, but to themselves, their most valuable asset is this loving family. The paths they have traveled together and the obstacles they have overcome together have become some of the most precious memories of their lives. The years go by like a song, and before you know it, their marriage has been going on for decades. But no matter how time passes, Alex and Emily's love for each other has never changed. They still love and support each other as they did when they were young, and they have walked together through one happy spring, summer, fall, and winter after another. Their story tells us that no matter professional or personal life, we will face various challenges and difficulties. But as long as there is love and the support of family, there is nothing that can't be overcome. Alex and Emily illustrate with their practical actions what true happiness is, that is to spend every ordinary and extraordinary day with family. In this fast-paced era, may we all be like Alex and Emily, find the one who is willing to spend their life hand in hand with them, walk through every stage of life together, and create their own happy trajectory together.